Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan video, and today we are doing a level 10 links rainbow showcase on LR INT Boujack. Now LR INT Boujack I would say to me is very similar to the LR physical cell, where they're both kind of older LR units that got way better with the link level update, and this guy got even better, more specifically when the strength Boujack came out, because what this guy was really lacking was that linking partner to get all of the Heraclan Galactic Warrior type links, because they were pretty much relegated to all these very weak Boujack team units that you would never realistically run. So now that we got Strength Boujack, you can run this guy in a real rotation, and because his link set is so good, he still does very well. And this is a guy that doesn't have an EZA yet. He's one that with an EZA I think is going to become one of the best units in the game. Depending on how they treat him, I know it's pretty common to say with like some of these newer EZAs, you know, you'll look at like the Super Saiyan 4s and you'll look at like Physical Cooler, and you know, it's a pretty common saying that, like, yeah, they don't really have to do much to these units, EZAs, to make them good, but that's because with their EZAs, they get, like, huge stat increases. LRs are a different story. LRs, all they get is SA25, and then whatever their passive changes are, right? So the INT LR Gohan is a great example of how they do need to actually make more significant changes to affect these LRs. That INT Gohan, now that more and more videos are coming out on him, he's actually pretty darn underwhelming for an EZA. So they pretty much just gave him like a little bit of defense, right? Now this Boujack does already have, like, for how old he is, he actually has like a really decent passive. But I really do hope they add stuff to his passive to make him better. The main thing I think he needs is ki. He needs something that is going to increase his ki, whether he gets more ki per orb, or maybe he gets ki on super attack. Actually, I could see this Boujack being a pretty good candidate for someone that maybe he gets ki the more times he's hit, because he does kind of have like a defensive part of his passive, which I think kind of fits that. So I'm going to start the video off by just going through his passive and everything, and then we'll get right into the showcase. So leader skill isn't very relevant. His super attack effect is just colossal damage and lowers defense. And then if we look at the 18 ki, it's mega colossal, and raises extreme class allies attack by 40% for one turn. So that 18 ki, like, a lot of people probably don't realize that, but a 40% attack support for the rotation on 18 ki, that's actually pretty crazy. When he EZAs, if they gave him like a 20% on his 12 ki and then he had 40 on his 18, that would be kind of cool. I could see him lowering attack and defense instead of just defense, but who knows. But you're going to see right now, I mean, because his stats are so good, even without an EZA, he's going to look pretty darn good considering how old he is. Here's his passive. He's attack and defense 80%. And then he gets an additional attack boost up to 70% if he has more HP, or he gets more defense up to 70% if he has less HP. So basically the way this guy is meant to work is like, if you're in control and you have a lot of hit points, he's going to hit really hard. If you're kind of getting beat up a little bit, he's going to sacrifice attack to be a little bit more defensive. So my hope in this showcase is to show you some very offensive turns and then also show you some very defensive turns. And we can kind of see how this guy fluctuates based on his HP, right? In terms of his skill orbs, I haven't really put much into him very seriously. I would say the level 4 attack is like the main one, but I kind of just threw those extra super attack equips on him just to give him something. But until he gets his EZA, and since he's not really a main unit I'm running all the time right now, I'm going to wait for his EZA to see what I want to give him. What I'm finding is a lot of units after EZAs, the game back in the day really was heavy on critical, because a lot of the units are really basic, like they just get 100 attack, 100% attack on super or something like that, and you just want to make sure you get that crit damage, right? Now a lot of units are gaining defense and attack on super attack, they have additionals built into their kits, they might get ki on additionals, so like additionals to me are like weighing way more heavily than crit these days. So my guess is I'm going to want like combo attack on him, but his kit now just says give him crit, right? So we'll see when that happens. Now his link set I really wanted to talk about. So you can see I gave him all level 10 links, but this is why the link level update is huge, and this is why the strength Boujack is huge, because he has a couple of specific links here. So the Hera clan, you can see that the units in here are all pretty much garbage, except for, well, I guess the Zangia is okay, but she's not that great, right? But the Strength Boujack is the main one you'd want to run there, right? And Hera clan, 2 key, and then he gets 5% crit chance and attack, which isn't terrible. The big one, though, is this Galactic Warriors. This is like a big daddy link right here. 2 key and attack and defense 20%. To me, this link rivals like Big Bad Bosses as like the best link set in the game. It's a very, very limited link set. But I think that's what you need to do. If you're going to have a link set that's very limited like this, you need to make it really busted and make it really good. And so this link you really couldn't activate because, you know, the Strength Boujack and the Tech Zangief came out together. So yeah, you were running like the physical World Tournament Boujack, who really wasn't good. The AGL Banner Boujack isn't good. He will be good when he gets an EZA. That'll actually be really exciting. And then that Strength Boujack is just a weak free-to-play unit. So yeah, there's really like no good way to get these links active before until now. So now it's going to be really, really good there. But then he's got Big Bad Bosses, 25% attack and defense. Thirst for Conquest, 15% attack and defense. Revival, attack and defense 5% with key and recovery for HP. Shattering the Limit, attack and defense 5%. Legendary Power, attack plus 15%. So if you look at his link set, he's just loaded with attack and defense throughout. Mainly attack. Like, he's got a lot of attack in there, but he's got defense as well. So if we can activate a lot of these links. Now, my plan is for the most part, he's going to be 5 out of 7 links with that Strength Boujack. But I am going to have an LR floating around so he can get legendary power. So we're going to see some turns with 6 out of 7 links. We'll see some turns with 5 out of 7 links. We might even have Shattering the Limit floating around, but then I don't think we'll have legendary power. So I think we're going to see him at 5 to 6 links throughout the video. Now I'm going to talk about my team build, and you're going to notice that there's something like very incorrect about this team build, but there's a reason for that. So basically I wanted to run the Strength Boujack's team, which is Space Traveling Warriors and Time Travelers, right? Now, this is the crazy thing, and once again, reasoning why the friend system severely needs to be updated. Boujack is he's got one of the best leader skills in the game. Space Traveling Warriors and Time Travelers, that is an insane roster. He is one of the best leader skills in the game, and he has that great setup where he acts as a support unit before he transforms. He's literally like another Strength Cooler, but in some ways better in terms of leader skill, right? I mean, Coolers is insane too. He's like very similar level. I could not find a Strength Boujack on the friends list. So what I had to do was I had to run a second Cooler who's Terrifying Conquerors and Transformation Boost, which is fine, and it's the same. They both are attack and defense 170, so like I'm fine running a second Cooler. The problem is I wanted to run a rotation of Jiren and Topo, but now they're not getting the leader skill from the Cooler, but I don't really care. I'm just doing a Dokkan event for this first part. I am going to do a second part where I change the team. But there's a reasoning why I want to run this Boujack event, and I'm going to explain why. So just think of the Jiren and Topo. That's just filler. They are a great rotation you can run on here. So I am going to run them as a rotation. The other thing is, look at this team build, though. So imagine like this Cooler is a Boujack. So this would be a support unit. This is a support unit. This is a support unit. Topo's a support unit. And Turles is a support unit. So literally Jiren and the INT Boujack are the only non-supports, and the INT Boujack actually is a support on super attack. It's just filled with these crazy units that are like really good, like these Dokkan Fest leader units that are like good supports, but they can also transform and be like really amazing. And they're like supports that are good enough to be on rotation or float around. That's part of the reason why this team is so good, is that it's just filled with amazing support units and amazing top tier units beyond that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do something kind of, I wouldn't say this is the most realistic, but I want to see INT Boujack's like super top tier stats. So this first part of the video, I'm going to go like focused on attack and see how high I can get them. And so what I'm doing on here is I'm going to run the Cooler and the Strength Boujack, but specifically I'm going to try to get the good part of their support. So both Cooler and Boujack have a similar mechanic where their support changes. So Int Bojack is not on transformation boost, so Strength Cooler does not give him that 30% attack and defense support. However, if there are 2 or more enemies, he gets a 50% attack and defense boost to Terrifying Conquerors, which Int Bojack is on. So I'm looking to get Int Bojack a 50% support from Cooler, and if we look at Strength Bojack, he does the same thing. He's a 30% attack and defense support to Space Traveling Warriors, but if there's 2 enemies, he's a 40%, and if he's 3 enemies, he's a 50% support. So what I'm going to do is something kind of silly here. I'm going to go on to Boujack's Dokkan event, where we have the stage here, where we can have 3 enemies. So the idea here is I'm going to kill Zangia because she stuns or seals. She does something stupid that we don't want to deal with. So we're going to get rid of Zangia, and then we can keep attacking Boujack, and he's invincible. And the idea here is we're going to keep 3 enemies against us, and we're just going to see a few rotations of Boujack attacking while getting like those mega 50% supports from Cooler and the Boujack, okay? So this will be a good turn to start off. So this is turn 1. And you can see he's only got 2 links active. He is getting supported from both units. I mean, on this team, it's impossible not to have multiple supports, like, all the time. So, like, yeah, he's always going to be getting double supports because I'm going to keep Jiren on the other rotation. So no matter what, both my rotations will be double supported because all the other units are support units, which is kind of crazy. So we'll just attack with Boujack, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Boujack take out Zangia. Now, my worst fear here is like an additional super attack early on and I kill one of the other units off. As long as Boujack here doesn't double super, we're okay. So this won't be an 18 key super. So this is going to be a pretty much like his floor, like a pretty low attack stat for him. So we're not expecting anything crazy. Turles will just swing at a 12 key, and then Topo won't even super attack. And like I said, Topo's not getting the full leader skill. That's not because like I don't know how to build the team. It's because the leader I wanted wasn't there, so I'm substituting a leader. So 3.86, I feel like that's really good. 3.86 for a 12 key super attack with minimal links. He was double supported, but for how old he is, that's a really nice attack stat. I'm going to keep throwing out this EZA Int Gohan because his EZA is so disappointing. Like, I was just watching more videos on him today, and the more I watch him, the more I'm disappointed. But Gohan's, like, average attack stat seems like it's, like, 4 million. Like, if you're getting, like, 4 to 6 orbs, and that's, like, what Boujack just did, non-EZA'd with, like, not the most ideal link situation, and it wasn't even an 18 key, so that's kind of crazy. Alright, so we're going to keep Jiren on rotation. I don't really care which Cooler's floating around here, so I'm just going to swing into the invincible Boujack here. I don't care if I super attack or not. We'll actually not super because the turn will go slightly faster. But yeah, this Int Boujack, to me, is going to be one of the more exciting EZAs. Because he's already doing so well. Alright, so we've got a really nice turn here. So what's happening here is this Strength Boujack is giving him 50% support because I have 3 enemies on rotation. I'm going to put Int Boujack in the middle because Turles is going to give him legendary power. So we're looking at, all we're missing is Shattering the Limit, which is only, I think, 5% attack and defense. So that's not too bad. We are missing a little bit of key from that, but you can see with this setup here, our key situation is actually pretty good. So if you got him a lot of support for key, you are going to get that 18 key super. The problem is I think with his EZA, he needs something built in to give him more key. So let's have Strength Boujack attack, and then Int Boujack, we're not going to get 24, but pretty close. So this should be a really nice attack stat. And then this Turles is a 30% support here. So the only turn that's going to be better than, well, here's the thing. This actually might be his best turn because if we put Cooler on rotation instead of Turles, he's going to get 20% more support, but Turles is also giving him legendary power, so I feel like this could be a very similar attack stat, so we'll see. So about 2 million from this Boujack. This Boujack is literally like such a carbon copy of the Cooler. They're very similar. Okay. Dude, are you serious? 6.4? I wasn't expecting that. I thought he was going to be like 5 mil. Dude. And this is like a very realistic rotation. Okay, the thing that's not realistic, the only thing that's not realistic is that you're usually not going to be facing 3 enemies. So he would maybe be getting 20% less there, but that rotation in general was very realistic, right? So maybe chop that attack stat down to only 6 mil instead of 6.4. But dude, he's what, over 2 years old? Yeah, that's crazy, dude. When he gets an EZA, now I say that like he should be crazy when he gets an EZA, right? But if they decide to give him the Gohan treatment and like not raise his attack at all, like that 6 million we just did is gonna be great. But alright, I gotta think about orbs here. I want to try to save some int orbs. But with the LR EZAs, it's different. Because they don't, and I said this earlier, they don't gain any stats. So if you don't touch their attack stat, they're going to shoot out this exact same attack stat. It's going to be a little bit higher because they get SA25, but that really doesn't impact it that much. Whereas when we're talking about Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta, like the Dokkan Fest, the TURs, they got a big stat increase. So like you don't have to touch their attack stats, and their attack is going to go way higher because they're getting a SA15, so they're getting a higher super attack boost, and they're getting a stats. And the stats is like the biggest factor in how the attack increases, because all the units now are percent based, and so if you increase that base stat, all those percents like really affected a lot. Alright, so we're going to see if this turn will beat it out. So what we're going to see here, and actually I think it shouldn't matter if I'm going to get the same amount of links whether I'm slot 1 or 2. But you know what? I'm pretty sure one of those guys can do like an attack down or something, so I'm going to put him in slot 2. Let me see. I want to get as many int orbs as I can here. I think I can get 24 key. Yep, I can get 24 key here. So we're going to see which is better. So we've got Boujack in between two 50% supports in this situation, but he does not have legendary power. So we're going to see if it's the same or if he's actually going to get... I think he'll get more from this because legendary power adds how much? Let's see here. Legendary power, I think, is 15 or 20, right? It's 15. So technically, I'm getting 5% more from having this instead. Although the legendary power, like the link, might calculate differently than the support passive. And I'm getting a higher... I didn't have 24 key before, so this will probably be higher. I'm just curious to see. Is it going to beat 6.4? If he hits 7, I'm going to go crazy. There's no way he's going to hit 7. 6.8, pretty darn close to 7. That's really crazy, man. Like, he hasn't even EZA'd yet. It just shows how much of a factor those links. Yeah, he's almost at 7 million. Like I said, this is a crazy situation because you're normally only going to be facing one enemy. So what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to finish off this Boujack event. We'll see a couple more turns from him here, which is some slightly different supports, but he should be fairly similar. But I'm going to go into the GT Goku event, which is far more difficult, where we can actually take damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start killing enemies off. I would not be surprised if Jiren and Toppo aren't able to kill these guys because they're only getting 1 leader skill. But I don't have to worry about dying on this Dokkan event here. We're fine. And if we die, I don't really care, to be honest. But what I'll do is I'll finish off this Boujack event. We'll just get a couple more turns here. And like I said, I'll do a cut. We'll go into Legendary Goku event. We'll have a different team set up because Cooler won't be supporting him in that situation. So I'm gonna need a different team set up. And then we're gonna like try to take some damage. Oh yeah, here's the other thing. We haven't been looking at his defense, so we should get that in here as well. Defense I'm gonna focus more on in the second part. But we definitely want to see how he's doing defensively here. So defensively, dude, yeah, 227k defense, and that's his low. Like, we're at full HP, right? That defense number goes up as you lose HP. So we're talking about 225k defense and a near 7 million attack stat. He's doing better than the EZA and Gohan. He is. Now, I mean, this is a very specific situation, but like, a unit this old should not be putting up as good a stats as like a brand new LR EZA. Here he is at 5.4. And 5.4 is still really solid. So, I kind of pointed this out. If you watched my EZA Goten and Trunks showcase, they were putting up better than like LR and Dokkan Fest numbers, which is just crazy. So I guess this is kind of turning into a rant on INT Gohan's EZA because they just shafted him so hard. And I don't know what Dokkan. Now we definitely could take a lot of damage here, like Jiren and Toppo with only one leader skill. Like we'll just see what happens. They could die, but we'll just try to finish off Boujack and get some more attack stats in. But I don't know what they have against like this INT Super Saiyan Cell Saga Gohan, because he's like one of my favorite characters in all of Dragon Ball Z, right? And it seems like every version they just shaft the heck out of him. So like the INT Gohan when he first came out was like the best unit in the game, and like that's like what I want for that Gohan. The problem was he's like been impossible to get. He wasn't like a realistic unit for an average player to have. And then when they released these other more obtainable ones, they just like shaft him. The AGL Gohan is the big one where, like, yeah, he's decent and he stacks defensively, and I'm going to do a showcase on him. He's still really good, but man, his active skill transformation, it's just, you never see it, and they made it so you have to have Android 16, who's just, like, terrible, and they didn't make it so that there was a good way to actually run them together, and yeah, they shafted that Gohan really hard. Pretty much every Ultimate Gohan was terrible, like, on release. I guess the Strength one was okay, until they came out with the Tech Ultimate Gohan. He's really good, but, yeah, they just have something with shafting Gohan. It seems like when there's, like, characters like that are, like, big-time fan favorites, they just like to shaft them once in a while, and then they come out with something like Videl, which, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan favorite of Videl, and I'm glad they made her so good, but they made a unit like that who's not even in the show very much. They made her like a god. Why can't they just do the Videl treatment on a Super Saiyan Cell Saga Gohan? Like, why can't they do that? I don't know. Alright, so anyways, guys, I'm going to do a cut here, but We'll say Boujack's ceiling there was almost 7 mil for attack stat. Pretty darn good, 225k defense. So I'm going to do a cut, and then we're going to go into the GT Legendary Goku event. Alright, we are back, and we are in the GT Legendary Goku event with another Space Traveling Warriors team. I actually did find a Strength Boujack friend this time. My team build is a little bit different. So I did bring Cooler, even though he's not supporting Boujack, but I'm actually going to run him on rotation with the Prime Battle Frieza. So I've got the Cooler and Prime Battle Frieza together, and I'm going to do the same Boujack rotation. And then we're going to have Strength Turles floating around, and we're going to have Toppo floating around. So I've got supporters floating everywhere. At the same time, I am actually going to attempt to beat this for the first time with this team. I actually haven't gotten the missions done for this yet for Space Traveling Warriors. I've done quite a few attempts. The problem that I find with it is that a lot of the strong units I want to run on this team are STR, and they actually can get beat up fairly early by, there's a couple of AGL phases that can stomp us out pretty quick. And so what'll happen is sometimes I can get through there without an item, but you usually have to use an item on the Grade Ape Goku. So here's Boujack at 2.27. So once again, not that great, but that's only a 12 key, not linked up very well. But the problem is with the few item usages, what happens is I'll get to the final phase, and then my team just it peters out. Like I just can't do enough damage. He dodges once in a while. Yeah, I just have some bad luck. But the strategy I think with this team is when I'm going for a run, I'll have actually 2 of the Strength Coolers, and if you transform them both, they can do a lot of damage really, really quick. And that's, I think, the prime way I'm going to beat it. So I'm probably not going to beat it on this run, but while I'm doing a showcase, maybe I'll have the showcase luck, and maybe we'll just get lucky and do it there. Alright, so Boujack was on the first rotation. The second is going to be the Frieza rotation, so I've got to get this Boujack off so I can get him on rotation with the INT Boujack. I don't think we're at risk of dying here, so we're just going to attack through and probably finish this Goku off. And so what I'll do, like, for the sake of the showcase, if I need to use items really early, I will, just to keep the showcase going. So I'm not going to prioritize winning, but if I can win and have it recorded, that would be pretty awesome. We'll see, though. This isn't the exact team I would use for going for a win. I actually really like the INT free-to-play Frieza that EZA'd, that's just from Frieza's Dokkan event. He's actually really good in here. He's a really great defensive unit, especially against a Goku, which you're always facing against. Alright, so we've got a good Boujack rotation here. You can see we've got 5 out of 7 links. defensively, yeah, he's at 289k. So if you remember in the first part of the video, he's at 225, but you can see our health is taking a dip now. So as our health decreases, his defense is going to go up. So he's almost at 300k defense, which is great. He does have type advantage, but I'm going to throw him right in the front with type disadvantage and see what happens here. I'm pretty happy with that 300k, and I think it can go higher. I'm not sure where the thresholds are for like where it calculates that 70% gain or not. I don't know if I would have to, if it's like literally tied to your health. So there's 5.4. So that, once again, his attack is actually lowered because we've taken some damage. So 5.4 is still really solid there, right? And double digits from normals, which, you know, that's not too surprising there. Kind of would have been interesting to see a super attack. He definitely would have taken damage, I think, from a super, but that near 300k defense is really solid. Alright, so let's see what we can do against this GT Goku here. Topo's going to be just fine because he's got type advantage. So like this physical phase like really isn't going to be an issue. Boujack was the one I didn't want to get hit, but yeah, Topo there, 35k defense, or 35k damage, not too bad. So what I actually like to do is actually I'll wait. Yeah, I'll transform him. I usually transform Cooler fairly early because you just want like those multiple super attack crits and you just want to like beat the Goku down really fast. That's kind of the name of the game with this team. Some teams are more defensive, like Hybrid Saiyans probably could like go slower and like tank through it. But this team, you kind of want to run double strength Cooler and you want to try to blitz through it as fast as you can so that you can save your item usage that way. So I'm actually going to put Cooler in slot 1 because I think he's going to output more damage than Prime Battle Frieza. I know Prime Battle Frieza will get a little bit more ki in slot 1, but I think Cooler's just going to finish him off anyways. And then Turles acting as a nice LR support on the end there. So we're going to just try to keep an eye on Boujack's defense and attack stats as we go through, as our health is fluctuating in this difficult event. So yeah, Cooler just one shot. I mean, guaranteed crits has got to be like one of the most broken mechanics in the game. I think guaranteed crits and then also like Rainbow Orb changing, which is why the GT Goku and Vegeta are so busted. And the guaranteed crits are why I really like the Super Saiyan 4 Bardock that I showcased in another video. Actually, is the friend better than mine? It's the same as mine. So see right here, this AGL phase can really cause me a lot of problems. Do I risk it? I think I'm going to risk it. I really could die, though. Let me see. Where am I at defensively? So, like, the in Bojack's going to be fine. My Boujack in the middle's got more defense. But, yeah, if one of them takes a super attack, let's just go for it. I feel like it's still... I know I said I was going to use items early, but this feels like still too early. We can heal up a little bit here, too. And let me see. As I heal, is that affecting his defense? He's still at 277, so that's good. So we're going to hope for crits from the Strength Bojacks. We're going to hope that the super attack comes to Int Boujack here. He should be able to tank it pretty well. 5.5, like, yeah, that's really solid and consistent. So yeah, we're not seeing like 6.8 like we did in the first half, but over 5 million for a unit this old is fantastic. All right, we're going to be in a lot of trouble here if we take a super attack. We very well could die. I really hope we don't die here, though. Okay. The friend one's the one that's got lower defense, too, so that would be really bad because he's not linking. A super attack here is really going to sting. Can he one-shot the... Oh! Okay, we're okay. You can see the difference just from the one Boujack being linked was taking double digits and the one unlinked was taking 30k. Yeah, we would have been dead ducks there. But look at this, another full strength rotation, right? So, like, I think I have to use an item because if we get supered right away, yeah, this is way earlier than you, like, if you have to use an item this early, you basically just, like, chance it and go for it, but because I'm doing the showcase, we'll use a Whis. I am going to do Prime Battle Frieza in the front. 150k defense is okay. I know he gets he'll get, like, 3 extra ki for being in slot 1. We'll have Cooler take these and we'll get Topo the super attack here. Alright, let's see what happens, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to win this run just because I had to use a Whis so early. But yeah, 6 mil from this. This Prime Battle Frieza is just so awesome. I love how they've done the Prime Battle units, and just one of my favorite things about Dokkan is just Easy A in general. Oh darn, I wasted an item. Oh well. for the sake of the showcase, right? Okay, this Goku shouldn't be an issue. Boujack's the only one at risk at taking damage, the INT one here, but his defense, 273. Yeah, so he's like only being around 80% health. He's close to 300k defense, which is really good. And actually, we've got a bunch of INT orbs here. I'm going to let him tank a little bit. I'm going to put him right in the front. Oh, shoot. I should have put him in the middle to get legendary power, but that's okay. The focus here is defense, and legendary power doesn't give defense. We already did the offensive showcase, so we're good. Okay. So let's see. Can we tank type disadvantage in the GT Legendary Goku event? Let's see. Once again, you're noticing he's very consistently above 5 mil, which is like, that's not a bad consistent number to be putting out. Alright, let's see what he takes. Type disadvantage. 152 is not, that's not bad. I know this isn't like the grade 8 part that hits crazy hard, but this guy still hits really hard. That was type disadvantage. 150k is very reasonable. That is not bad at all. I'll take that. That was very good defensive showing. And here's the nice thing. Now that we've got the all strength against a physical, we're not really at risk of dying here. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to heal or anything. I hope we take some damage because I want to get a little bit lower in health to see if we can get INT Boujack's defense a little bit higher. So let's just see what happens. Alright. We'll get a little healing there, but I probably shouldn't have done that because I want to get my health lower. But 6.2. Yeah, this Frieza is really impressive. I did I think I did a showcase on him. I might not have yet. If I haven't, I'm for sure doing a showcase because he's level 10 Link's Rainbowed also. One of my priorities, yeah, look at this guy, 4.2 with guaranteed crit and a guaranteed additional. Like this cooler, I've said it before in other videos, but like he's like one of the best aging units ever in the game. Like no regrets getting that guy. Like he's just crazy. All right, this is the notorious like I'll kill you in one turn phase. This is where you really want to kill him really fast. So, Boujack, oh, he's only at 175 right now. So he dipped quite a bit. Was my defense lowered? No, my defense was not lowered. Okay, well, I think we're going to use an item here, otherwise we're toast. We'll use Whis. So yeah, both my Whis is gone already, so this is pretty much a dead run if I'm trying to win. But we'll put Boujack in the front with the Whis. And let me just check something out here. Yeah. Okay, let's see what happens. We definitely could take a lot of damage here. We do have a Dokkan attack coming up, which will heal us. There is about 6 mil. Wow. That's good for in Legendary Goku event, hitting 6 mil, not like trying to optimize attack. Like we're just trying to like make a good team that can get through. 2.5 mil for this guy who's like only 55%. So you can see if he were rainbowed, he would be putting up like probably 3 mil plus like my cooler would be. They almost mirrored him too much to cooler. Like and they even made him the same typing. Like they should have made him extreme tech because extreme tech is just by far the weakest. And that would have been great for this team because you can see this team is so strength heavy already. Like they really needed some other typings in there. So yeah, it would have been really nice to see him something other than that. Let's see here. So Frieza, we still have the Whis active. We'll put Frieza in the front because I want the extra key. And we're going to go for it. We're going to do Turles, Tree of Might because we want the 24 key. We want a big attack stat from him. We got to get by this Great Ape as fast as possible. There's no way we're not taking a super attack here. Somebody's getting supered. We're just going to hope that the Whis is enough that we don't just instantly evaporate. But this guy hits like crazy hard. We'll see. Even with the Whis, we're going to take big time damage. Alright, Frieza should put up a nice number, 5.4. But, so I think I mentioned in the first half, but like this INT Boujack, he's a lot like the physical LR Cell. And I'm going to do... So I've got that Cell level 10 links, but I don't have him rainbowed. So at some point, if I get him rainbowed, I'll do a showcase on him. Because I want to try to have my showcase just be like maxed out everything. But I do have the INT LR Cell. And look at Cooler just going to town. Like, yeah, this is why you run... Like, to actually beat this with Space Traveling Warriors, I think the key is 2 of this guy. Because look how quick I just crushed him. So we got by without him super attacking. So like, if I were doing a serious run to try to win, like I may have tried gambling on like no items on some of those turns, and then we maybe would have had a chance. But to try to get through all of the Super Saiyan 4 Gokus with 2 Princess Snakes, it's probably not realistic. So I'm just going to go no items here. My health, yeah, so now Boujack 272, so that's very nice defensive stat. So we'll let him tank without items. Let's see what In Boujack does against, and we're going to get the Dokkan attack, so we're going to heal up. So as long as he doesn't one-shot us, we're going to be fine without items because we're going to heal up for the next turn. Bojack's going to do a lot of damage here. Double-digit normals is really good against this guy. All right, let's test him out. 272k defense. Yeah. And he wanted to do 277k. But you know what? Without items, like, that's not bad. Like, if your unit can take a super attack without getting one-shotted in the GT Goku event this late, that's actually really good. So I'll take the 277, and knowing we've got the Dokkan attack, we should be fine. Like, I guess, actually, I should be worried about that Boujack on the end. Because that Boujack on the end, remember what happened when he wasn't linked up last time? Ooh, that was some nice damage there. He took damage from normals, and there's a bunch of normals. We might die from normals here. Even if we die here, I would say we definitely got a good look at him, though, but let's see. Darn it, I should have thought about that. I should have put my Well, if I would have put my Boujack in the middle, though, the Strength Boujack would have died, so this was the best we could have done. 50k, I think we're okay. How many is he doing? Okay. We just got by. Thank goodness. If he had supered in the last slot, we were done. Alright, since he super attacked, there could be the off chance that he doesn't super again. So I'm going to go again with no items. And we might, I don't know. That Tech Goku, though, he takes so long to kill and he hits so hard. Whoops, I meant to grab. I didn't actually mean to click that there. I was trying to go to the end, but Sotobo's not going to super attack. If Cooler puts in some big time work here, though, but we'll see. If I get to the next turn with Boujack, I'll use a Princess Snake because we're going to need to heal up. We're going to need some damage reduction. We'll just see how far we can get here. Alright, now this is the strategy. Look at this. 5 mil with the guaranteed crit. As long as Goku doesn't dodge these, like these do so much damage. Yeah, and then what you need to do though is if you get, even the normal did a mil there, right? And then if he hadn't dodged that, that would have almost killed him. And Cooler can do triple super attacks. So I'm definitely got a showcase coming on Strength Cooler. I haven't done one on him yet. But yeah, when he's like this and he's going to be dodging a lot, that's just unfair. Okay, I did guess right that he wasn't going to super there. I kind of want to see how far we can get here. What's Boujack at? Alright, so we're pretty low on health, and that's the highest defense we've seen, so about 300k there. I kind of want to let Boujack go without items again. Let's do it. Let's have Boujack go without items, and we can get the 24 key. This is going to be a really nice turn. I mean, having Boujack in the middle would be better to get legendary power, but, like, we can't. Goku's attacking too much in the front, and I want Boujack to take all the hits. You know what? Let's do another Tree of Might. Let's try to get by this phase. We might not need it, but that's something that's cool about the Turles too, is that he's one of the few units that can use his active skill twice. That was a very unique thing that he got. I would like to see that more in the future, like have maybe like weaker active skill effects, but you can use them multiple times. Alright, let's see here. So he was about 300k-ish defense, 5.5 mil. Like, these are good numbers. Like, he's holding up, like, in one of the hardest events in the game, right? Like, defensively and offensively, like, he's doing it all. Like, I'm actually, like, the more I use this guy, alright, super, let's take it. No items, let's see what happens. 253, we survived it. Oh, he dodged! Okay, still double digits. We're okay, as long as he doesn't, yeah, we're fine. Turles should take him out, though. Okay, we're good. Oh, if he would have taken damage from normals there, that would have been so frustrating if we would have died from that dodge. But dude, like, the more I use this Boujack, because, like, I've, like, played around with him, but I haven't taken him in anything difficult, but he's, like, legit here. Like, he is legit, and he hasn't even Easy Aid yet. And he's not that far off from an Easy A. Like, they've already done 2 of the 90%, and he's in the next tier after the 90%, and Dokkan has showed they're willing to go out of order anyways, right? Like, he could happen, like, within the next year. That's crazy. That Boujack's good. Okay. We definitely have to use an item here. Even with the Princess Snake, we could die. Like, I'll be honest. So we need to heal as much as we can. We need to hope that he doesn't dodge. Dude, this would be crazy. I've actually attempted this quite a few times. And I would have thought Space Traveling Warriors wouldn't have been that bad because they're so stacked. But it's been a challenge for me. 6.2. All right. Oh my gosh. Like, I can't have him dodging those big attack stats. That's why this is so hard. And then he's going to hit Frieza. This is going to hurt, even with the Princess Snake. Oh my gosh, this is why this event is so frustrating, man. 300k with a Princess Snake, which had damage reduction on it. Oh my gosh. Alright, Boujack, save us. Actually, Cooler, save us. If he triple supers, that would be nice. But he's got so much health. Yeah, like only 1 health bar. And then he dodges! Oh, that's so frustrating. So he had 2 big time. He dodged a 6 mil and a 5 mil attack stat. And then he's going to take like the weak attack stat here. That's frustrating, man. Because I think there are times... Oh, I definitely would have beaten this. I had him down to like a sliver of health and he had dodge several times. And I don't think its dodge rate is that high. I want to say it's like 10% or something like that. Yeah, we've got to use a Princess Snake. And then this is what happens to me every time, right? I just run out of items. And then I'm just at the mercy of Goku attacking and beating the crap out of me. The nice thing is... Boujack has type advantage, 321. Oh my gosh, 321k defense. That is the highest we've seen from that boy. All right. I almost wish I hadn't used the Princess Snake just to see him tank, but we would have died because the rest of the rotation will take damage from normals. Dang, 321 with the Princess Snake. Now, if he gets supered, that would be nice because we saw us take like 300k last time. And so the reason why my defense was so high was because I had taken that huge hit, right? So that was probably the full 70% buff there. I gotta imagine. But over 300k defense is crazy solid. Crazy good. It just goes to show how, like, impactful these links are, too. Getting Hera Clan, Galactic Warriors, big bad bosses. Like, it just makes a huge difference. Like, if I did a turn with, like, Boujack, like, not linked up at all, even with support, he's going to look way less powerful. Oh, dear. This might kill us even with the Princess Snake. Topo, I mean, he's okay defensively. Oh, that was actually way better. Okay, oh, that's right. Topo, I think, has damage reduction. I kind of forgot about that. Hold on, let me look at Topo. He's got damage reduction, doesn't he? Yes, he has damage reduction. I forgot. That Topo's good, man. I forgot about the damage reduction. So here's the thing, though. This is where we die. Because now I'm out of items, right? I kind of want to put Cooler in first. But I'll do the Prime Battle Frieza because I like getting the extra key in slot 1. Alright, well, this is where we die. Yeah, 67k from normals. Here is where we're donezo. We ran out of items. He's going to dodge another 6 million attack stat from me. No, he gets hit by this one. I think even had he not dodged, though, I don't think we would have had him dead. Like, he's got so much health. Way better defensively after he supers. 6.2, come on, hit. Yes. Okay, if I get triple 6 million attack stats, we have a chance here. Come on. Oh, give me another one. Give me another one. Don't dodge. Oh. Dude, we might actually win. Give me one more, Cooler. One more. Dude, am I going to get the streaming luck? Come on. Oh. He's going to, like, I'm going to get this close now, and he's going to super Turles here at the end, and he's just going to kill us and, like, take all my hopes and dreams away. Because if he doesn't super... Okay, because guess what? Boujack, I think, can tank, actually, because he's got type advantage. If he doesn't dodge, we might actually win here. See, 310k. I'm actually tempted to transform my Boujack here. It's going to lower the stats, but we might need the extra damage. This is close. Because, okay, if my Boujack... Okay, so I'm going to get 24 key. If I crit, I don't think he dies. The other like that Boujack on the end is going to get smacked up for sure. But I don't know if I want to lose the... Because then I'm going to lose stats if I transform. Oh, this is so tough. All right. I'm going to transform with the middle one. Because I think I'm going to need a little extra damage here in the middle. I think I am. But if he doesn't dodge between the two Bojacks, can I finish UI Goku? Oh, this would be insane. I've actually tried this quite a few times. See, my defense, though, dipped to 277. Oh, and my key dropped, too. Now I'm not getting 18 key. I almost want to app reset here. Nah, let's just do it. I almost wanted to soft reset. I forgot I lost key from doing that. That was a mistake. Alright, let's see what happens. I mean, I don't know that it would have mattered anyways. Yeah, see, now down to 3.2. That would have been probably a 5.4. Yeah, he didn't crit. Oh, and he gets a double. Oh, I'm going to regret that probably. Yo! Okay, please survive this. You got type advantage? Come on. 136. Okay, I can kill him here. Come on. I think I got a crit, though. And I don't think he's going to take damage from normals. I might actually have this. Holy crap. Hold on, hold on. Oh, it's... Yes! Come on, hit! I think I got it. I think I got it. Hold up. Come on. Dude! Okay, and that should be the missions, right? I'm going to be so mad if one of my characters wasn't Space Traveling Warriors. I'm pretty sure they should all be Space Traveling Warriors. Give me the mission. Give me the mission. There's the mission. Alright, guys. Alright. This probably went longer than expected. But for a showcase, dude, on camera, got it recorded. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the luck.